It was a night that shook Central Florida nearly 6 years ago. 2 Kissimmee police officers were shot and killed in the line of duty. Officer Matthew Baxter and Sergeant Richard Sam Howard died while protecting a woman.
Despite the tragedy of that night, Sergeant Howard was not done being a hero. Stuart Moore is here to explain this heartbreaking but yet powerful story, Stu.
Jim and Summer, Sergeant Howard's last act of service came from a simple box he checked when getting his Florida driver's license, becoming an organ donor, pledging to help others whenever he died. That is the sound of Sergeant Richard Sam Howard's heartbeat. And for the first time since he died in 2017, his mom and dad got a chance to hear it again. Sergeant Howard was an organ donor. Both of his kidneys, both lungs, his liver, and heart went to people in dire need. In total, he saved 5 lives. Did you know that he was an organ donor?
We did discuss, if something should happen to him, that he was a donor, and that is what he wanted to do, to help others.
Drew Hazlett is one of the lives he saved, and Drew walks around with the heart of a hero.
Well, we're thankful.
Super thankful as well.
When Drew was a senior at Lake Nona High School, he began to feel sick to the point he had to go to the hospital, and he nor his family could imagine what would come next.
And it just said I had just like a flu or something like that, and then went back home, and then just kept getting worse and worse.
And she said, Dad, what I'm about to show you is going to change your family's life forever. We think he's just in there to get healed for a virus that, in his heart. And these guys start coming in with the doctor's coats on that say transplant team.
Drew's doctors told him he had a virus that attacked his heart, causing a condition known as myocarditis that weakens your heart muscle. He spent more than 100 days in the hospital. He even graduated high school from his hospital bed. Drew's heart literally struggled to keep going.
But mine was just too far gone.
Drew's broken heart would be healed by Sergeant Howard's last act of service. If you're just tuning in, we have learned tonight that those 2 police officers were shot and killed in the Cypress Street area across the Palmway Street near US 192 in OBT area of Kissimmee. Sergeant Sam Howard with the Kissimmee Police Department was on patrol when a call came in. Howard and Officer Matthew Baxter were shot and killed protecting a woman.
I was actually on the phone with my youngest brother, and of course, we live in Louisville, and he said, Sis, there's been a shooting, 2 police officers involved. And I said, is it Sam? And he said, I don't know, but I'll find out. So I got off the phone, and I called my granddaughter, and she said, yes, it's Dad. So at that point, my whole world fell apart.
Called the police department. They couldn't confirm anything. And you don't think that this is your son.
The Sarans were on the first flight from Kentucky to Orlando in the morning.
The Orlando police. We're actually there to greet us. And then everything happened really fast because at the time, Sam was not pronounced dead.
He was still fighting?
He was still fighting.
What'd you say? What'd you say to Sam?
That I love him. I held his hand, and I watched him, and I stayed by his side as long as I could, as long as they would allow. And I just said, be with peace. I'll see you in heaven.
Sam graduated from Osceola High School. He went to the military, serving in the U.S. Army. He joined the police force after 2 tours in Iraq and quickly excelled in his new role, protecting and serving.
As a mom and dad, what do you say to the parents of Sergeant Howard?
Thank you, and thank you isn't even enough.
Yeah, because
they lost their son.
Yeah.
We got our son.
Yeah.
But I hope they know that they gave it to a really special kid.
Yeah.
And we're very...
Yep, for sure.
Because there was no other alternative.
Yeah.
So we would have lost our son, too.
Nearly 6 years after that tragic August day, and 6 years to the day Drew went to the hospital, Sergeant Sam Howard's mom and dad are meeting Drew and his family for the first time and spending as much time loving on their son, hearing his heart again.
I was so very proud of him and the life that he led. He was a great young man, great father, and great friend.
I can't even begin to say how grateful I am and how thankful I am, and it just means a lot to me because I'm not just getting a regular gift, I'm getting the gift of life, and it's just not many words that you can say. It's just super thankful.